On December 4th, 1872, a ship was found drifting through the Atlantic Ocean. Her sails were set, her cargo was intact, food and water were stocked for months, but everyone aboard had vanished. No bodies, no signs of violence, no distress signal, just an empty vessel rocking gently with the waves. That ship was the Mary Celeste, and her discovery would turn into one of the most famous maritime mysteries in history. But legends like this seem to be pretty common when it comes to the ocean. Crews that mysteriously vanish, ships that sail off never to be seen again, mysteries that will forever remain mysteries. The ocean is incredibly unforgiving. One mistake, and you can be gone forever. The Mary Celeste is simply one of many mysteries that the ocean will never reveal. But what do we know? We know that in 1872, the Mary Celeste left New York Harbor bound for Genoa, Italy. On board were 10 people: Captain Benjamin Spooner Briggs, his wife, his 2-year-old daughter, and 7 experienced sailors. This wasn't a reckless voyage. Captain Briggs had the reputation of being careful, disciplined, and deeply religious. But less than a month later, a ship named Dei Grazia spotted the Mary Celeste drifting alone in the Atlantic Ocean. When they boarded the ship, they expected a disaster, but what they found was a lot more unsettling. The ship was fine. Its cargo was intact. 6 months worth of food and supplies were left neatly organized. All personal belongings had been left untouched. The final entry on the logbook had been dated 9 days earlier. No traces of where the crew went or why. The only missing item was a single lifeboat. For over 150 years, people have tried to explain the mystery away with pirates, a mutiny, sea monsters, even aliens. But historians today believe that the answer is a lot simpler. See, the Mary Celeste was carrying 1,700 barrels of industrial alcohol, and with some of the barrels leaking and alcohol vapors being very volatile, Captain Briggs might have made a decision that at the time seemed reasonable. Temporarily abandon ship. The crew could have lowered a lifeboat, tied it to the boat, and waited a safe distance away for the danger to pass. However, the ocean is unforgiving. A gust of wind, a strong current, a snapped rope, and suddenly 10 people are left drifting away as a perfectly good ship is left all alone, drifting in the waves. If that is what happened, the Mary Celeste isn't something supernatural. It's something far more terrifying. A small mistake made in the world's most unforgiving environment. On land, disasters like this leave evidence: wreckages, crime scenes, bodies. But the ocean doesn't work that way. Storms scatter debris thousands of miles. Currents drag wreckages deeper into the ocean. Salt corrodes metal, wood rots, and everything that's floating eventually sinks. People love supernatural explanations. Ghost ships, sea monsters, aliens. But the truth is, most maritime mysteries aren't supernatural. They're simply unsolved. The ocean leaves behind no evidence, no bodies, no wreckages, simply silence. And if you ask me, that's far more terrifying. Somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean, 10 people boarded a small lifeboat in 1872. They probably believed that they'd be back on their own boat within minutes. But the wind shifted, a rope snapped, and the current slowly drifted them away. The last thing they saw was their own boat slowly sailing towards the horizon. The Mary Celeste was later found, but they never were. And now, hidden beneath thousands of miles of dark waters, the ocean still hides their secret. I've always found the ocean to be deeply terrifying, which is probably why mysteries like these capture my attention so much. So I will be continuing to make videos similar to this. So if you want to see that, or want to see any kind of mysteries in specific, leave them down in the comments and consider subscribing. But that's going to be the end of this video. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.